What up, Screaming Firehawks? We are back for season two, and y'all in that damn comment section, especially you, AJ and Cooper, y'all got me nervous to get into this season. Y'all keep saying stuff like, strap in. I told you I'm strapped in. You're telling me to hold on to my butt cheeks, that my butt cheeks are secure, but I ain't got no damn juice to protect me from this damn G-force for this next season. I feel like I'm gonna get wrecked, to be honest, but nonetheless, we here for it. I'm excited to get into it, get it started, but real quick, I wanted to talk about. I don't think I touched on it in the review for last season. Like, I was having thoughts about this season going into it, who my top characters are. I touched on it briefly, but and then who I expect to be my top characters for this season. So last season, I think by the end of it, it's crazy because that first season, it's condensed. It's only 10 episodes long. They weren't even hour long. Each one, they were about 45 minutes, but I feel like they balanced it so well. The character development, everybody had their chance to shine, and I kind of loved them equally, to be honest. But there were a couple that rose above the pack and stood out a little bit more because of their depth. And I think if I had to put it to a top two, it would be Amos number one, and then Fred Johnson, just because I'm so up in the air on their character, and they just captivated me as soon as I saw them on screen. In every scene, they stole the show, kind of. So is for I expect that to continue into this season, up until at least episode 5. Like you said, that's where Leviathan Wakes, the book, or the first chapter, concludes. So I'm looking up to that. But in this season, I'm kind of leaning towards the women stealing the show a little bit, to be honest. I don't know if this will be the case. We still got to figure out exactly what's going on with this proto molecule, the Leviathan, whatever you want to call it. But I think that we're going to get a lot of development on Naomi and Christian in particular. But the only thing with that is I don't know how long I expect Christian to stick around. She's sending her family away. She's poking and prodding in places I don't think she should be at this point. Mao just came into the picture. It looks like they got some history. This is the first time they're seeing each other in a while. I have a feeling she might get taken out maybe by that episode 5. I just don't know. We'll see how that turns out. And I think another thing is, I didn't really mention, I think it's kind of cool. This speaks to the writing again. Each character that I've been so intrigued by, it kind of has a counterpart or another character in the story that is similar to them and they can kind of relate to. Like I mentioned it a couple times. Holden reminds me of Miller a little bit. Amos kind of reminds me of Fred Johnson. Naomi is giving me vibes of, we don't know much about her. We're still learning slowly about her as we go. So she reminds me a little bit of Julie. And those are the three main ones that I can think of off the top of my head. But all of them kind of have their character that they can relate to, and I kind of like that. It gives you a little bit more of an understanding of the character and more enjoyment. And I'm just looking forward to seeing how their relationships evolve. And we even got Naomi, kind of, not her being related to Holden specifically, but they got a little bit of a chemistry brewing, so I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes. And then at the end of last episode, Miller, Holden in a little bit of bad shape due to this radiation poisoning. I know they took the medicine to kind of lessen the blows, but we'll see where that goes. How exactly they heal. I know they have some technologies or medicines that can help them. I don't know how exactly it'll be cured, but we'll see. They just escaped Eros. Now, you guys cleared this up for me in the comment section a little bit. You guys know I go on my tangent, so I appreciate it. The fact that they're on Eros, and you mentioned the scientists on the ship when they when they were imprisoning Julie. The things that she mentioned, I forget the exact quote, but it was something about taking the focus off of them and putting it on like the war in general. So I guess that makes sense. The scientists trying to develop this molecule for the greater good, as they say, or to save the humanity or people. I don't know exactly how yet. We'll see how that unfolds, but it makes sense that they're kind of getting rid of all the evidence in a dirty way. Miles seems to be behind it. We'll see exactly. Like I said, I think he's the funding for this project. I don't know if he's the end all be all, the top head. I just don't know. Like I said, I kind of think the scientists are calling the shots, and they just talked him into funding it somehow. So we'll see where that goes. And then we got them escaping Arrow. So are we gonna have these Mao and his people and scientists going after the Rocinante to blow them up in this episode? We might start off this damn season with a bang. I don't know. But nonetheless, we gonna stop talking about it. We gonna get straight into this episode because they're gonna show us everything that's gonna go down. So let's get into it. Episode 1, not reading the title. Let's do it.
5 tangos on the ridge line.
We're blind here.
Still can't pin the tangos. What the hell?
Oh, we on. Is this Martin?
No shots in here. We're just if we don't move. Cover me. Grab target data when those bastards try to light me up.
Got it, Gunny. Travis, right flank. Hillman, left. Roger,
Is this a
right.
flashback? I think this is a new character. Ooh, we getting gunfights. We about to get a death already. Bodies already piling up.
Target's incoming on my 9. Hi.
Travis, can you shift left?
Oh, that's dope. It's just a like a training course for him.
Hillman, stay at your 9.
Oh
Travis,
shit,
throw
they must
everything
have
at
upped
your
the budget
6.
for
Where's the love
this.
guy?
They starting off heavy duty.
There's one more out there. 5 targeted. That's all of them.
Damn. Ooh. Damn. Okay, they got it. I know we got a taste of their technology and how like upscale it is, but that's something special. Like homing missiles coming out of your jetpack.
Guys will be crying just to please us.
No more next runs, Gunny. You're shipping out. Rumor is you're heading to Phoebe Station, so say your goodbyes and kiss your mommy.
We got some new visuals in the intro, and I was wondering why so abruptly they like increased the length of the intro. You guys told me they would, but I take it it's just because we were all in the dark at the beginning. They didn't want to kind of spoil us on anything. So as we learn more, they introduce more of the different worlds and Mars and Earth and into the intro.
Blasted by 50 times the lethal limit of radiation. You're doing surprisingly well. Who knows? Maybe you'll develop superpowers that you can use. That'd be perfect for you.
Okay, Hulk. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, he's having nightmares. Side effect of the radiation, or this is. Oh, I was about to question whether it was really happening or not, because it looks so real. But okay, I can already tell like the improvement in like the CGI. It's minor, but I notice it already.
Whatever the Anubis crew put in there, that safe is designed to protect the hell out of it.
I completely forgot about this safe. They hadn't opened it yet. I have a feeling there ain't gonna be nothing good in there.
Temp gauge. That's a cryogenic chamber at the core.
Ooh, it's keeping it cold.
It's losing power.
Which also means whatever it was freezing is going to become
Unfrozen. There you go.
It's not a sample of this stuff, is it? The proto-molecule?
All right, step right up. What happened if one of us infected?
We'll cross that bridge if we get to it.
You don't want to
You mean
know.
you're gonna space us?
You know we're all taking this test, right? It's just
On one of you guys clarified that spacing is yes, them throwing them out of the ship, but without gear.
Whatever happened, maybe he's over now. Maybe some still left alive. A lot more could have been saved. Did you even try?
Phew, what could he have done?
Look at that. All clear.
Alex is another great character. I just don't know much about him yet. We've gotten a little bit here and there, but look at How much time did they take in between shooting each season? He looks a little bit different. I can tell the difference. And he looks pretty healthy for the bad shape we saw him in at the end of last season.
And the quarantine of Eros Station continued to be a source of debate as relief organizations testified before the General Assembly.
So everybody's aware of Eros now and it's under quarantine. Well, they don't know what's going on there, but they know that it's cut off from people coming in, so.
Did our government build those stealth ships that destroyed the Donager?
I want your viewers to listen closely. The engines in those ships were built by the OPA operatives working for Fred Johnson. Fred Johnson was a military hero who became infected.
Did Black Ops pick him up yet? Or is this them bringing him in now?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Uh-oh.
Hold on, I can't hear you.
Archangel is secured. We have Archangel.
Archangel. Who's Archangel? Is Archangel code for Fred Johnson? Oh, never mind. Archangel is just Christian.
Proto-molecule. They gave the goddamn thing a name.
Phoebe Station's where it all started. These must be the Martians that Lopez told you about.
They were infected on purpose. These are lab notes.
The only way to see what it's evolving into is by feeding it a larger biomass.
He's talking about Eros.
Our solar system.
Oh, so this isn't even just they don't know what they're creating. I don't know why I assumed that they were running these tests in assumption that they knew exactly what they were creating and they knew exactly how they were going to save the world. They're just evolving it in the hopes that something good comes of it. But they're just testing it on larger groups of people to see what it eventually grows into. Damn. Okay.
Did he just say what I think he said?
So
he said extrasolar object.
First proof of extraterrestrial life.
Like that damn thing that sucked up Kenzo. This is Draper. She arm wrestling a damn robot. Does she have some type of... Is she enhanced somehow? Like mechanically? She has to be, right?
Hey, you owe me a bottle. Gonna me bourbon, not the cheap shit, eh?
All right, I told y'all I was thinking the women might take the lead on this season. Draper taking the lead for sure.
The only thing that makes you a Martian is falling out of your mother's gravity well. How many brothers and sisters you have? I lost count at 40.
Travis can't hide from Earth by putting on that Martian armor. His bones are all wrong from growing up in full G. We'll keep him anyway. Hey, watch it.
All right, kids, keep it business.
Well put, Gunny.
Relax.
Lieutenant?
Briefing in 5.
I don't know about y'all. I love the Martian gear. It looks so dope.
After Phoebe went silent, Donager was sent to investigate.
Every one of the bodies was frozen to the walls of the ice tunnels.
Damn.
It looks like they were incinerated. It's possible there was a fire or chemical spill, but all of the data cores have been wiped clean. This is a cover-up.
We still don't know what any of it means.
Okay, bodies are frozen on Phoebe when the Donager was investigating, so it looks like that's the main way of defeating, or at least slowing down. Radiation speeds up the evolution. Cryo freezing it or freezing it in general just slows it down or stops it. I don't know if it kills it completely, but I guess we'll see.
So whether or not Earth was involved.
Expecting any UN elements?
We don't anticipate engagement.
Well, lucky for them, because there isn't a team on the ship that doesn't want payback for the Donny.
Yeah. In any case, we will keep it business, not rumors.
Aye, Lieutenant.
Prep your teams. Dismissed.
You're witnessing a discovery that could rewrite the story of humankind. Your imagination takes you as far as putting the boot heel to your former colleague. This was Julie's spot. Far from the house, where no one could find her.
I'm curious to see some childhood flashbacks to see what their relationship was really like.
She taught herself to shoot a bow and arrow at this tree. 9 years old. Just woke up one morning and taught herself. Even losing her was worth it. She's a sacred part of it now. So don't talk to me about sacrifice.
Damn. The way he talks about her is kind of
This will kill
messed
any
up.
cancer
Like,
that dares try to
I don't know exactly how to feel about Mal yet.
Wear this.
rest of your days. But you won't be able to procreate, I'm sorry.
Ooh. It's alright, I put swimmers on ice in the Navy.
I never want to see another one of me running around anyway. So.
Is that foreshadowing to him running into this damn Leviathan and it copying his DNA?
If you and I have something we need to get sorted out, we should get to that.
Yeah. We're here now.
Your pal, Simi? You're upset about that, right?
He didn't look like he was
I had
upset.
nothing against him.
You seem kind of like a trigger-happy whack job to me. So
That's how
let me
they're
lay it on the
painting.
table for you. All right? You shot my friend.
If you need to square up, you know where I am. Otherwise, you should move on because you're poisoning the air on me.
Ooh. Damn. I should have known that wasn't going to be much of a matchup. It's okay, Miller. All of us would have got the same treatment. He's a fighter. Don't even stop. And you all radiated still. This ain't the best fight to pick. Oh, Miller's gonna, Holden's gonna want to kick him off again.
Amos! Stop it.
Control.
Okay, just...
Amos, they write him so good. He's just hard to read. I know he's got some good tendencies. He's loyal. He definitely has a code about him, but he's got that temper that he just, and I can't even say he loses it because he still is cognizant of what he's doing, but it doesn't necessarily stop him from what he feels like is doing right in terms of survival in that said situation. So I don't know how to feel about him.
Christian, thank God. Are you all right?
Perfect excuse not to quit drinking.
That are you all right? Seemed
We put you in the
suspect.
crosshairs. We never should have made you the public face against Fred Johnson.
It was my choice.
Listen, we're going to beef up your security detail.
I'm already taking care of that.
You know she would say that. Is
Intel
he
says
behind
it was
this?
the Black Sky faction of the OPA. They caught wind of an assassination plot, an occupational hazard in my family.
Sir, if we de-escalate, I am convinced that they will respond in kind.
And erode our position if Mars decides not to give peace a chance. Sir, we're the most powerful nation in the system. We need to act like that.
Pride
I'm sure Mars thinks
And
the
what's
same
fast
thing.
I advise that we deploy our fleet to secure any base that might become a Martian foothold.
Madam, do you concur?
I do.
Okay, she's siding with him.
Redeploy the fleet.
Okay, so they're making a power move, taking over all the places that could possibly become strongholds for the Martians. Okay.
You're kind of like his guide star, right? Lighting the way, through the dark.
Like Julie is to you. How long you and her?
That's funny. She just compared herself to Julie, like I was saying.
The UNN Nathan Hale is on a direct course to Phoebe Station. When we accelerated, they matched. And now the Nathan Hale is burning us. At this rate, they're going to beat us there.
Why would Earth suddenly care about Phoebe Station?
Must be something there they don't want us to find. But command was unequivocal. Under no circumstances are we to allow Phoebe to fall under UN control.
Prepare your team for drop.
Oh shit, we about to get
Who's gonna feast on Earth's sky and
gunfight like we ain't seen in the series yet. Maybe they won't shoot on. Maybe they won't shoot on the UN and specifically to cause a war. Maybe they'll just fire on Phoebe. Will they destroy it completely?
the mountains into fine Martian dust. The rains fall hard on Olympus Mons. Who are we? I can't hear you. Who are we?
I'm not gonna lie, she kind of scary. I got faith in her that she's gonna survive this gunfight though, or this little battle we're about to get into.
A little theater to buy some time. I'm being set up. When my investigation dead ends, I'll make an excellent scapegoat.
Who are the players?
Salvador, or Sadavir.
Undersecretary Ehrenreich.
Christ.
I assume others.
That's Sadavir, right?
If they
That's his
did,
last name.
I'd be dead already. I don't have time to waste. I need a spy. Are you in or out?
You're putting him in the line of fire. He might. We gonna see how good he is. I got a feeling he might not last.
I got a nice little resting spot for that nasty blue goo. How you doing out there?
Will they give me superpowers?
Superpower, asthma. I guess if loss of breath and respiratory conditioning was a superpower.
This crew is depending on me. You've put your lives in my hands. I'm okay.
He's toughing it out. I don't know. There's no way we're gonna lose Holden, but I don't know exactly how he's gonna fare throughout the rest of this episode. He looked like he ready to slip into a damn coma. Something tells me that ain't a good spot to put it for right now. Oh. Hold up. This relationship is escalating quickly. Did we miss something in between seasons? If we did, I like it. Somebody who been struggling with radiation poisoning and sickness and all that, he definitely put on some muscle.
Sorry.
Close that shit. Good for you, Holden. If you gonna die, go out with a bang.
UNN Command confirms that the MCR and Scirocco fired 5 missiles in response to the Nathan Hale's hard burn towards Phoebe.
Oh, okay. Maybe they did fire on the UN ships.
My God, they've done it.
Not yet. It takes 2 to play war.
There's a 20-minute delay from the AO.
By the time we get a full assessment, the Hale and the Scirocco could both be dust. We have to anticipate the worst.
Phoebe's a backwater science station. What are they trying to protect?
It doesn't matter. They're making a move. As we speak, the Martians could be preparing a strike.
If they were trying to start a war, they would call for backup, right? Or deploy more ships, like she's saying.
I didn't know we shared Captain Yevgeny as a friend.
An exceptional man.
Yes. Who never went to the academy.
Yevgeny, okay, we got new players. They throw so many names around. I feel like I'm supposed to know them, but I know they're just being introduced.
The Nathan Hale has not fired on the Scirocco. Their missiles were not intended for us. I repeat, their missiles were not intended for us.
Oh, they fired past it. What's it shooting at?
Command, be advised. We are standing down.
Oh, so Phoebe?
The Martians were targeting Phoebe Research Station, which sustained multiple direct hits.
Okay, that's the one for me.
Under the barrage and the fragments spiraled into Saturn.
That might have been obvious, though. You guys probably called that too. Sheesh. Okay. There goes all that evidence, or whatever was left there. But
I still owe you one, don't I? We'll figure it out.
He did. What the hell?
Alex?
He just spaced Semi? What?
What's the emergency?
What's that about? Why did he space him? Was that like his dying wish or something?
Damn, they had cheese in the street for weeks. I remember that. Coming out of every nook and cranny, bricks of cheese and wheels of cheese and peace, love, and brotherhood for as long as that lasted, and then it was gone.
I busted that cartel. Yeah, it was me and Star Helix. We confiscated about 1,000 kilos of high-grade cheddar. It was bound for some luxury spa on Titan. Stuff was out of Vermont, too.
Naomi's looking right. What did he have to do with it? How was he
Crazy
tied up in it?
thing,
Did he lose family in
whole
it?
shipment disappeared
Or
from the
family that got locked away? No. Okay, Amos. Being the bigger man.
So the governor.
This might just be part of his play, though.
Yeah,
I don't know.
all a star. Teddy the detector, this guy was not.
Teddy the detector.
Yeah, you're a little kid. The little robot teaches you about the air sensors, no?
I think I'm too young.
Teddy the detector.
What are you talking about?
Great cheese.
You're right.
that was a weird scene. It was cool because they got to connect a little bit, but there was still some tension there. I couldn't quite pick up on.
And wait, huh? Earth knows the price of escalation as well as we do.
You said our job is to prevent a war with Earth. Ever wonder if we've got it backwards?
Their job is to prevent a war with Mars.
Maybe we can't have the dream of Mars until we've had that war.
She's a student. She's studying their training footage. She looks like Julie, to be honest. Oh my goodness, how did that episode go so quick? That was a slower episode, but I'm gonna watch these credits and we gonna get into the post episode discussion. See you in a minute. Okay, another great episode. We starting off the season not quite with a bang. We started off with some shots, but it was a very good episode. I think I'd give this one, like I said, it was slow, but it's keeping the pace with the rest of the episodes. So I'm gonna give it 8 again, like the ones before most of the episodes last season. So solid start to the season. I think through the majority of this episode, I was kind of gaining my footing, to be honest. I was confused for a minute because I was calling back to season 1, remembering exactly who knows what's going on Eros, what exactly was going on with Phoebe. I initially thought it was dead, but then I remember dead or blown up, but then I remembered that it wasn't. So it's still around, or not anymore. They blew it up now in this episode, but I thought it had already been gone. I wasn't sure if we were in a flashback. They cleared that up, so we're not in a flashback. Current day, we got some more names, some more characters. Draper, I don't know exactly what to think about her. It's funny because we got a lot more characters. Draper's another wild card thrown into the fray, just like Amos. I could see them hooking up at some point, like Holden and Naomi did in this episode. Luckily for them, they don't have to worry about babies. We'll talk about it in a minute, but nonetheless, we're gonna get into this episode. Quick, just like a recap review of the episode. So first off, I like the new team. I'm gonna have to try and remember all their names. So we got Draper, we got Travis, and I'm not sure about the other two. I think was Travis was the Earther, I believe. And then we had Saeed. I don't remember the girl's name, but cool scene starting off with them. Their tech is dope. I like that, the fact that they got like their own little training ground that they go through missions and work together just to get down their technique when they're actually in the field. That was cool to see in this episode. I hope we get more of that, although I don't think we'll have time to, because already, like I said, I said this episode was slow, but they started off and we're already about to start off a war between this group, or the Martians, and Earth, basically off of misunderstanding, because they don't know what's going on between the two. They fired on Phoebe. They thought they were fighting at Earth. The UN almost fired back, but it's a lot of going on. I don't know how to describe it. It's not slow, but it's kind of like a slow build since it's the beginning of the season. I don't know. You guys know exactly what I mean. You guys probably were going through the same exact emotions, but let me see if I can find her name. The girl, Hillman. Not Draper. Hillman. So apparently her parents or her family owns all the terraformers. So they hold the stake. I don't know exactly how many of these domes or whatever have already been established or built, but they're based off their discussion. It's been pushed back several years. I think he said 100 years already, 50 years in their little conversation between the captain and Draper, but I'm not sure. Let's keep going. Holden. Okay, so they had that first initial scene was interesting with him. He was talking to Naomi. It ended up being a dream, but he was having like night terrors of him being infected by this protomolecule. I don't know if he's actually infected. I know that he has this radiation in him that expedites the process of the growth, but I don't think he's been infected, at least that I know of yet, him or Miller for that matter. And now he's got this this anti-cancer mechanism that she stuck into his shoulder. She also said that he can't have babies now or procreate. So I wonder how that'll come into play, other than them being able to get it in willy-nilly. I don't know. We'll see, but it makes me wonder if there's any type of foreshadowing there, kind of like what we saw with Julie when we first saw her dead body. Now, I don't know whose perspective that was from, still Miller's or Julie's, but when she was, if it was from her perspective, her seeing Miller's body walk into the room, I don't know if that was just before she was dead and she was seeing that, because I think it was kind of like a flashback. I'm still refreshing myself on all the details. It's been a week since we watched it, but I think she saw Miller walk into the room, or had a vision of him walk into the room before she died. So I wonder if this Leviathan gives her some type of, or anybody who's infected with it, some type of advanced power to see like premonitions. Is that what's going on here with Holden? We didn't see anything like that with Miller, so I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how that happens. Now they finally opened up this safe with the specimen in it, the protomolecule in it. It was frozen. It's unfreezing now, but that gives us a glimpse into how it can be slowed down, or I guess its weakness, so to speak. So nobody except for them, so they could come into a big play if this thing breaks out and they need answers on how to defeat it or slow it down. Everybody on the Rocinante knows about it now, and apparently everybody on Phoebe does too, because once the Doniger was investigating the ship, there was a whole bunch of dead bodies that were infected bodies that were frozen. So I don't know if that they were frozen. I think they were frozen by whoever was left behind on Phoebe, like scientists or something, because I think it was all frozen over before the Martians and the Doniger got there. So we'll see how that comes into play. We had a few belters on the Rocinante that I didn't remember being on the ship, so we'll see exactly how they come into play. They're getting kind of antsy. One of them was a little weary of whether they would be spaced or not, so I don't know if that'll come back to bite it all. I was glad again. I talked about it in last season when it happened. The fact when Amos killed Semi and he addressed it right in the moment to Miller. He was like, "Yeah, I killed him, and what?" I was happy that they addressed it there, and then we didn't have to wait on conjured tension or delayed tension just because we knew that was something that he hadn't divulged to him yet. Now the interaction we had here between the two was perfect because it was genuine. Like, you would expect him to be mad about something like that, and I'm glad that he didn't just kind of let it go like it seemed like he was gonna do it. And like I said, he was sick, so he really couldn't do anything in that moment. He couldn't do anything in this moment either because Amos just overpowered him instantly. But I'm glad the way that developed, and it seems to be developing. I don't know if that tension from that exact moment will continue, or it'll be something new to pop up, because it seems like Amos had something. The gears were turning when Miller was talking about the bust on the cheese or the curd cartel. I don't know. He said it took place in Vermont. I know Amos said he was in Baltimore previously, but I don't know exactly where all he's been. So we'll see what ties, or if he has any family ties to that through the cartel or anything. I don't know. We'll see. Cycling through the timeline. Another thing is, I wasn't sure if Earth and everybody was already aware of everything going on Eros, but I guess they found out by way of Eros. Now the scientists are trying to keep them out, so they had to send out like a newsletter or some type of transmission to tell everybody, hey, don't come here, we're quarantining. So that's how I guess they know about everything. They don't necessarily know what's going on. They just know that it's being shut down to everybody. So how long they're gonna abide by those quarantines until they come to investigate and see exactly what's going on, I don't know. And I thought we might get a glimpse into Eros and see exactly what was going on, since we haven't seen them. We haven't seen the damn Leviathan, Kenzo, all these infected people. I know that whole damn rock is probably a damn proto-molecule by this point, but we'll see. What else did we have? Now we had Christian. I don't know I said I don't know how long I expect her to survive or stick around. Obviously suspect number one is Sadavir, because he's been suspect from the get-go. She almost got killed in this. I know they found the OPA agent to blame it on, but I feel like that could easily be planted on someone like him. And he keeps seeming like he's caring of her, but he's still trying to get her out of the way. And it just comes across as not genuine. Even when they were about to have the meeting, he was like, "Oh, you don't have to come if you're not ready to." So he's trying to push her out of the way and gain his control. It seems like I'm sure Mao has something to do with this too as well, but we'll see. Again with Mao too, we saw into his compound a little bit, or his house, and it had like the fence or something around it where the regular earthlings or whoever can't get in, so he's protected. I'm hoping if shit hits the fan and this damn Leviathan proto-molecule takes over and everybody gets infected, I hope they storm the gates like damn Titans from Attack on Titan. We'll see though. Let's keep going. We found also this spy that they're bringing in. What was his name? Cotier. I don't know exactly what's gonna happen with that. He seems to be good at what he does, especially based off of Christian's want for him to help her out. So we'll see how that plays out. And hold on, I'm watching one more scene again as I cycle through. Oh, it was this one when Dresden, I think the scientist's name is, he was talking about they wanted to see, what were his exact words? Let's see. Sent by whom? No, that's not the part. Hold on. He was exercising. See what it's evolving into. Okay, so the only way to see what it's evolving into is to feed it a larger biomass. So more people on Eros, all these, how many, 100,000 belters that nobody cares about. That's their purpose, to see or test the evolution and see just where it goes. They have no clue. That scares me a little bit. I don't, scientists, I get it. Without them, you can't advance development or make groundbreaking discoveries in terms of medicine, whatever the case may be. They have to do things like this, but this seems drastic. I don't know. This is scary. I don't know exactly where it's gonna go. Next scene we had, now back to Draper. She was arm wrestling a damn robot. I don't know. I wish they would have had like a digital plate on his chest to show exactly the pounds per square inch, or exactly amount, or the exact amount of how much pressure that robot was applying, but it looked like a lot. So I'm wondering if she's got any cybernetics, if her arm is cybernetic, if she has any enhancements to her body. She was the only one that arm wrestled it too, so maybe she's been tested on, experimented on. Maybe she's just special. I don't know. We'll see exactly what happens there. I do like her character though, even though she's a wild card. I like the fiery types, and the fact that I know that at some point we're gonna have a meeting between her and Amos. It's gonna be love at first sight, and the sparks gonna be flying. I can't wait to see that. And then we had again cycling through Sadavir and Mao, I don't know exactly what to make of their relationship. It seems like both of them know exactly what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe Mao is hiding a little bit more than Sadavir knows, but it seems like they both have an idea, and Mao knows a little bit more, so he wanted to make sure that Earth got there before the Martians did. Now, that didn't happen. Is there going to be any fallout between the two of them because Phoebe's been destroyed? Was there something he needed to get off of, or wanted to learn off of Phoebe? If there was, Phoebe might not be such a loss, because now we have Eros, where they can get more information, and I take it Mao knows about that. So I don't know. I'm just spitballing, and there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot, so I'm trying to keep up with it. We got Miller and Amos fighting because of Semi, and I don't know exactly how they're gonna. Miller said he was gonna leave the ship. I don't think that has anything to do with it. He just wants to get back to Ceres and back to Dawes. We didn't see Dawes this episode, so we'll see exactly what happens there. But what else? We talked about the spy already. Obviously, we had the little relationship escalate between Naomi and Holden. I'm happy to see that. I just don't know if it's gonna come to a sad end. So I'm not rooting for the relationship too much, but we'll see. And then we had the Martians destroy Phoebe. If the UN would have took 5 shots back on the Martians, but then again, Draper is on the ship still, and she's just gung-ho ready to fight. I know she's got to wait on orders from Sutton. Sutton is his name, I believe. But I hope she doesn't do something drastic to escalate this war, because she just seems gung-ho and ready to go, guns a-blazing. Because even in part of the last scene, she was there just studying like her film of her training session. So she's getting ready to go at it, and it looks like there's not much that would stop her, because she's so focused. Even though her main goal isn't just to fight, her main goal is terraforming, but she feels like war is the main obstacle between now and her vision of the future in terraforming and creating this atmosphere on Mars. So I don't know where it's going to go. I've been talking for a long time. That's the end of this episode. If you guys like this one, go back and watch my season 1. If you're new to the channel, reactions, I've got all of them uploaded. It was a hell of a ride, and this premiere for season 2 didn't disappoint. So check out season 1 if you haven't already. If you're OG and been watching all these, I appreciate you. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, again, and I'll catch you in the next one. Deuces.